You led me straight to the fall. I'm broken, I'm still trying, skin and bone.
Do you know who the Liver King is? He is this big, beefy dude who lived by these kind of code of living in like the past style of life. He slept on the ground, he ate like liver, obviously, bone meal, and like shit like that. And everyone was really impressed because he's like really freaking huge. But I always thought the big interest in him was just how weird he is, you know, unique. I never really thought about this until he got exposed this week for doing steroids. Which obviously breaks his entire kind of like marketing point. And, you know, people are mad because it's not only apparently like his whole brand type thing, he literally has actual brands. Like, he was apparently rich before YouTube. Like, he had companies and stuff like that. And part of the company's brand is that type of natural lifestyle, which he always said he was natural, but he's not. And I'm just kind of just sitting here in the dark thinking that he was just some weird guy on TikTok this entire time. But he has companies and all this shit. But anyways, since he always said that he was natural and stuff like that, which now he got called out for lying, he made an apology and we are watching it here today. Look at this dude. He's sitting in a throne for his apology? Okay. Okay, man.
Primals, I'm making this video to apologize. Because I fucked up. Because I'm embarrassed and ashamed. Because I lied.
I'm not really surprised he's going for the blunt route of it all. I mean, like, dude, you can put a shirt on, though, for the whole thing. Like, break your persona for that, even if he doesn't wear a shirt ever. Like, he must own one.
And I misled a lot of people. I've stated that this is a complicated as fuck topic, at least to me it is, because before social media, I was rich and anonymous. And after social media, I'm still rich, but no longer anonymous.
Dude, are you flexing on us? He's always flexing his muscles, but now he's actually flexing on us. And we're not even 30 seconds in. What a weird way to start. Who starts an apology being like, I was rich before this whole shit, and now I'm rich, and you'll know who I am. Also, like, what does the whole anonymous thing kind of, like, matter to the entire thing? Maybe you'll explain it, but doesn't sound like that's all important to the fact that you lied about doing steroids. Before watching this, I saw a post saying that he was reading off a script. I see him looking over here, but he keeps looking down right here. Which, he could have a script right there, but since he also keeps looking here and like here, maybe not? I don't know. I'll let you guys make your opinions up on that one.
And I never expected this kind of exposure in the public eye. It's been tricky as fuck to navigate. Well, clearly I did it wrong. And I'm here now to set the record straight.
Okay, yeah, he might be looking at a script. I don't know why it's always a bad thing to be looking at a script. Maybe you should be speaking more honestly. I don't think I would read from a script if I ever had to apologize for something. So maybe that's the whole point. I think the whole scripting started being bad because it was the whole copy-paste thing of it all. Instead of just, you know, remembering points to go off of. I don't know. I guess that is different than a script. Is, you know, jotting down some points. I don't get it though. Like the whole, no, I never thought I had this exposure and this and that. It's just like, yeah, but you still lied.
Yes, I've done steroids. And yes, I am on steroids, monitored and managed by a trained hormone clinician. Liver King, the public figure, was an experiment to spread the message, to bring awareness to the 4,000 people a day who kill themselves, the 80,000 people a day that try to kill themselves. Our people are hurting at record rates with depression, autoimmune, anxiety, infertility, low ambition in life. Our young men are hurting the most, feeling lost, weak, and submissive. So I made it my job to model, teach, and preach a simple, elegant solution called ancestral living, the 9 ancestral tenets, so our people no longer have to suffer, so we can collectively express our highest and most dominant form. This is my fight. This is why I exist.
Okay, throwing in like, hey, you should feel bad for me because I'm doing this nice thing around. First of all, it doesn't make much sense. I only partly get the whole, like, depression thing, you know, like, I'm trying to be a good role model for people with depression, you know, showing them how to live their life, even though it's just, like, I don't know how this lifestyle would make people less depressed. The whole, like, motivation, teaching them to get up type of thing, I can understand that. I don't get the whole, like, depressed and submissive, man. It's just like, what? Like, is there not submissive, happy people? It's cool that you want to help depressed people, but when you, first of all, make money off of them, and then second of all, you're teaching them a lifestyle that you don't follow, at least fully follow because you do steroids, then you are not a good role model, actually.
While spreading the message, I've been on several podcasts, and when asked if I'd ever taken steroids, I've always said no. I don't touch this stuff, not gonna touch this stuff, never touch this stuff. That was a lie. I've convinced myself that this had nothing to do with the ancestral message.
He's going the whole, I separated my channel from me type of route, my branding from me type of route, which is fine, but you know, when your whole branding is based on what you do in your real life, then no, you really can't do that. And when you go on a podcast out of your channel and asking you, hey, do you in real life do steroids? And you say no, then that is breaking that fourth wall of your connection. That should be like a whole thing where it's just like, man, I am not just the Liver King. Kind of like, you know, if Pee Wee Herman went on a interviewing show and someone asked him, hey, what do you do in your free time? And he starts doing the Pee Wee Herman voice. Oh, I ride in a tricycle type of thing. I'm making jokes. You know, people would be like, oh, he's in character. Because Pee Wee Herman is obviously a character. When you're someone like the Liver King, you gotta be more upfront and honest with the whole what's a character, what's not thing. You're not a pro wrestler where people are gonna compliment you for staying in character. And he keeps going on this whole wording of, our mission, my message, collectively saving, He sounds so preachy and like a god complex that he's gonna help all these people. And I hope he actually helped people, you know. Because obviously if you helped any sort of person from depression, that's a good thing. But man, if you were just, you know, honest the entire way and less preachy about it, maybe you'll be better. Because honestly, besides for saying the words I apologize, you have explained no reason yet of why you took steroids and why you lied about it. Just besides saying, I did take steroids and I did lie about it.
I convinced myself that I'm not a competitive athlete of any kind, so who the fuck am I cheating? I convinced myself that this topic was a placeholder for a far more important conversation. I convinced myself that this would overshadow the 36 years of working out, usually twice a day, without PEDs. I've convinced myself that this was the vocal minority, usually in the fitness category, driving to an unproductive conversation.
I thought in the end of the day, the steroids won't matter. Not explaining why he did them. He just keeps saying, I did do them, and I just thought it wouldn't matter in the end of the day. But why would you think it won't matter? Because obviously, you are not a competitive athlete, so it matters less. You're not cheating anyone. Besides the viewers, you explained that you did this to spread a message, but you aren't explaining why you thought it would be okay to lie about that message. If you were just a fitness TikTok person who ate some weird stuff, then people would probably be fine with you taking steroids. The issue was, you acted like you were natural and that your body was achievable without steroids. And you told people what to do to get to your body with leaving out the steroids part.
And I had convinced myself that this would be the wrong message to send to the 15-year-old boys. So I continually dismissed it, and I dug myself into a bigger and deeper hole.
Thought you went on the whole thing about, you kept the characters separate, you and the Liver King. But now you're saying you knew the entire time that if you did steroids, that wouldn't send a good message. So you kept digging yourself into a hole. So you did realize this entire time you were doing something wrong. Okay, just wondering. I should also say I honestly do not care if he did steroids. As I said, it's the lying, it's the connecting message bullshit, and it's also that this apology just sucks.
I have only myself to blame. I did that. And it was all wrong. I will be better. I will talk about it openly because I believe that there's a time and a place for pharmacological intervention monitored and managed by a trained hormone physician.
Now, I am going to be honest that I do steroids because all of you already know. And you know what? I'm going to be honest that steroids can help you. Which means he also has to be honest that his whole lifestyle may not be the perfect life after all.
In 2021, when I was 43 years old, I didn't feel 100% physically or cognitively. So I went to get monitored and managed by a trained hormone clinician to see what the fuck was going on with my life.
You don't need the steroids to feel better. You don't have anything wrong with you where the steroids will help because it is medical. Steroids. A lot of the breathing issues they put out steroids in certain things. I mean, maybe he'll go into further explanation. It really doesn't sound like it because I keep saying he's gonna go into further explanation when he doesn't. So maybe he will say he has something wrong that he needed the steroids for, and then he started taking more and more steroids. But I just doubt it.
And so yes, it's true. I have tried several peptide combinations in an effort to increase my growth hormone, and it didn't work, meaning that my levels still remained below the normal level. So yes, it's also true that I've tried pharmaceutical grade growth hormone, and I finally found success in managing therapeutic levels in the normal range.
Well, but he had to clarify that I didn't need these types of steroids. They didn't do anything for me. But I did eventually find some steroids that, affected me. And he keeps throwing in pharmaceutical, doctor this, prescription this. Actually, no, he never said prescription. But you know what I mean, medical terms. Because he really wants to make sure he wasn't taking steroids from a dark alley.
Yes, this is true. I've continued on with 0.6 cc's of testosterone per week, roughly 120 milligrams of testosterone a week. And no, I don't take any other steroids like nandrolone or winstrol, but I have tried them in the past without success. Yes, it's also true that my blood chemistry got all fucked up while taking nandrolone and winstrol. My lipids got all deranged. My liver enzymes went sky high, which is why clinical oversight is an absolute must.
Okay, I will throw him a compliment here. It's very cool that he's actually saying, all this medical stuff now and being like, okay, I took this, I did take this in the past, this didn't work, this is, the precaution kind of to take. And maybe if he had some stuff like that, also with his honest message, maybe people would respect him a bit more because he seems kind of smart. He has a good presentation, a good look, he's unique. I think he would have still grown to be pretty big if he was honest about steroids. Channel-wise and, physically.
Nope. The Liver King brand has had nothing or at least very little to do with my business success.
I mean, 50-50 on that. Because just because you weren't famous when you were making money doesn't mean they didn't look at you and be like, oh wow, this guy is buff. I will still buy this. Or they didn't believe that they could achieve that through your whole testament things, whatever you call them. Might as well call them testaments with how preachy he is.
My companies were already kicking ass, already successful before the Liver King public figure.
Okay, you had to flex one more time on us.
Growing at 50% year over year and still growing at the same pace after the Liver King public figure. Nope, I've never had ab implants, ab etching, or any other plastic surgery, and I sure as fuck never actually had gene editing done in Singapore. I made all of that up. It was all intended to be a joke, and that's an expression of ancestral tin. Have a little goddamn fun.
Listen, just because I said this stuff doesn't mean it's true. Don't take my word on everything. And listen, he may be being honest here. But don't basically do this entire apology and you're calling everyone stupid. Like, okay, but you don't believe that part, you fucking moron. I get he's not going that extreme, but come on.
Ultimately, why do I do them? When I talk about the 85% of the population that suffers from self-esteem issues, that's me. I'm part of that statistic. This is why I fucking work myself to death in the gym. This is why I do 12 to 15 blood-burning workouts a week, just to feel like I'm okay.
You know what? This is a bad apology. He should have explained in the beginning, this is what I actually do, this is what I was honest about, this is what I lied about, where he really never even clarifies which things he follows. He just assumes that you know which things he was real, which ones wasn't. Even though he pretty much just said, I made Liver King as a character. Which kind of implies that he doesn't follow the testament things.
Still, I have to absolutely crush myself to do so, and I'm wrecked physically and cognitively, and hormone replacement has helped in a profound and significant way. And still, I believe that the path to paradise is paved in fucking hell. I previously have said in a weird way, I'm grateful for the recent events that have shed light on this complicated as fuck topic. I knew I needed to take this opportunity to openly discuss everything for me to be a better human.
Yeah, but you should have been more open. You know, not just 6 minutes being like, I fucked up. I didn't do all the things I said I did, but I did do some.
If there are any questions that remain unanswered, send them my way. I fully own that I fucked up. I am as sorry as a man can be. And all I can do is take extreme ownership right now, be better, and lead myself to a better life as a better human. Again, thank you to everyone for the support, the criticism, the love, the hate, and above all else, the loyalty.
Okay. But there was more you didn't answer. Like, I asked several questions throughout this entire process. And listen, the stuff he was honest about, it was more like face value and very vague. Like, he didn't go into any detail. I don't know. I don't think it's the worst apology ever. It's definitely not good. I would have just honestly liked to see an explanation of, like, you know, more in detail. Even if you don't believe he should apologize. But it's, at the end of the day, still, like, you know, advice of walking out and stuff like that, so he should go into more detail about all that. I don't know, what do you guys think of the Liver King apology? Let me know in the comments below. Till next time, have a good night.
I'm done with hitting your wall. Short notice, I just gotta let you know. You led me straight to the fall. I'm broken, I'm still trying, skin and bones. You